everyone. Welcome to another podcast by MSG. My name is Vanisha and I'll be hosting today's podcast. The topic for today is changing attitude towards stress management, and joining us today is Ms. Simran Parekh. She has done her post-graduation in MSc in clinical psychology, and she has experience in working with people of all age groups and with various psychological disorders. She's trained in psychotherapy, including CBT, individual therapy, stress management, and relaxation techniques, amongst many others. Currently, she's working as a part-time psychologist at Inside You and Paradise Self-Care. So welcome, Simran. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
So just to start off, Simran, a lot of people think that stress management means getting rid of stress. Could you talk more about it, and could you tell our listeners if this is more of a myth or is there any truth to this?
Yes. So basically, stress is a feeling or emotion that we are facing through in a difficult situation that comes up in our life, and those situations are mostly unexpected. But then there are everyday stresses also that we do have. So there is no way, it is kind of a myth only that, you can get rid of stress completely, because that is not possible. We can lower or reduce the stress, or we can manage at some level where we can function properly and function at a level which it does not bother us. But then completely getting rid of stress is not possible, because if you see kids, they do have attachment with their parents. So there is an separation anxiety there. So they would be having that stress. Other students who are studying or having, just their career, so they would be having stress about that. So getting rid of stress completely is not an option. We need to know how to manage and, work with stress.
So yeah, that's what I also feel like, because from a 5-year-old kid to a 70-year-old person, everyone has their what they call as stress, right? So I don't think there is a technique that can get rid of stress, because then how will the body regulate itself, if there is no stress?
Yeah, because see, we do have certain headaches or something, certain life instances that cause stress, maybe a business loss, or maybe something such as, you can take the current situation, the pandemic. So that is causing stress for a lot of people. So stress cannot be completely removed, but could be managed for sure.
Yeah. So what are some basic principles of stress management, just for everyday practice, for someone who has a lot of pressure on their in their minds? So just what are some techniques that people can practice every day?
Okay. So I would suggest a few techniques. Just give me an example. How do you manage stress?
I manage stress. Well, I am a planner, so I plan everything, and if I think that a situation is going to cause stress, I do everything that is in my power to avoid that situation. And if it's unavoidable, or if it's sudden, then I don't know, I deal with the situation. But I have never really shut down because of stress. I have always worked through things.
Okay. So see, yeah, that's great. That's one option that you already gave us, that planning out stuff, because that reduces stress to a larger amount. Because when we know that we have to reach to a certain goal, we just keep on stressing about it. How will we reach? Kaise karenge? How will it go? And will we be able to reach or not? Will we be able to achieve the goal that we have in our mind or not? So that creates a lot of stress. So we just don't have to think about the goal directly. We just need to move that, we need to plan it out. How will it go? How do we reach our goal? So what we can do if we are facing stress, we can just sit for some while, meditate, or just go for a walk outside. These are very basic, examples that I'm giving, which could be used for everyday life. Listening to music, or if some people can vent out by writing down in a journal, or maintaining a diary, so that could be done. Or venting out to some friend, they can call up and discuss their problems, and they feel a little lighter after they speak to someone. So basically, it's just in daily life, you just need to divert your mind from that particular topic. Maybe some people feel calm by dancing. So they can dance it out, or some other work which helps them to calm down. And generally focus on the present, because that is what is needed. Because generally we stress, if you notice, we stress over the future. We never stress about the present.
Yeah.
So we need to focus on the present, and certain things could be ignored, like which are not important, which are not a priority, but still we are giving too much importance to it, and we are stressing over it. And certain things we need to manage and accept that okay, these things are not going to change. So even if I stress over it, there is no outcome going to that is going to come out of it. So we need to accept that these things will go. Like in the pandemic right now, in the COVID situation, we are fixed in a situation where we have to work from home, or maybe just go for a certain amount of time, and we have to live a life with wearing masks, which none of us thought of. So we have to accept that change, and we have to live with it, because stressing over it will hamper our physical and mental health as well. So these were some basic techniques.
I think like being aware is the topmost thing that everyone should practice, that this is there, this is happening. So could you tell us the impact of extreme stress on body, physically or mentally, the impact of extreme stress if it's not handled on time?
See, as I mentioned, that extreme stress or not managing stress could lead to a lot of problems, and like physical problems could include fluctuating blood pressure, like either it could be too high or either it could be too low. People may faint. There would be pacing heart rate, palpitations. There are increased rate of heart attack as well if you have to, because since your blood pressure is fluctuating, so there would be increased rate that or increased chances that of you having a heart attack if you are a very much stressed person in general. There could be emotional dysregulation, mood swings, like generally in relationships, if you see, if there is too much of stress that one partner is facing, he would be angry most of the time, or maybe just fighting over small things which is not needed, or addressing very small issues which are not needed to be addressed. People may tend to isolate themselves from others and tend to stay in isolation. They might not be able to work. Then there are other other impact also. Low self-esteem could kick in, or confidence could go down. Then if they are not able to do certain work which is leading to stress, so they might have feelings of that they are not worthwhile, or they are feeling hopeless, or it could lead to these things could lead to major depression. Like if we go into mental health, it could lead to depression. Then general anxiety disorder could come in, panic disorder could come in. So there are various which if stress is not handled and at the particular time, or at the right amount, then it could lead to a lot of mental health as well as physical health issues.
One thing that people really fail to recognize is that it can, other than affecting themselves, it can really affect like interpersonal relations, like you mentioned, like people might stop going to work, or like problems in relationships, and that is like I feel like a second-hand effect of too much stress, and that people like need to recognize that. So could you give us like a typical example of like a negative attitude? Because like a negative attitude can lead to more stress. Like people can perceive a situation as more stressful if they have a negative attitude towards that situation. So could you give us an example of a negative attitude, and how can that be changed to a positive attitude?
So there's no typical example as such, because in a problem situation or a stressful situation, each one of us is very much likely to think in the negative direction. Be it you, be it me, any one of us would be thinking in a negative direction if we are in a situation of stress. So it is very natural to have a negative automatic thought in such a situation. You just have to stop overthinking or giving it too much importance to that particular negative thought. What happens is when we think too much about it, or just focus on that particular negative thought, we tend to feel stressful or anxious about the outcomes. So there are many ways in which we can change a negative thought into a positive one. First of all, we just need to refuse and repeat that negative thought. We need to stop for a moment, pause ourselves for that moment, find out where that thought is coming from, and understand, is it valid or is it rational also of me thinking about this thing in a particular situation. Then what we can do is, we just need to train ourselves to stop at the sign of that negative thought. We just need to, we need to say ourselves, no, I am not going that way, I'm not going in that direction. I know that it requires a lot of willpower, but with practice and time, we can make it happen. Secondly, what we can do is, start believing the truth over the negative thought. Basically, we need to understand that it is the feeling that is making us feel bad, and it does not mean that how we feel about ourselves is what we are. Suppose, for example, if a person is late in a week for 2 days for work, so that does not make him a bad person or an imperfect, unpunctual person. He is punctual most of the days, so that does not make him a bad person or a person without values or ethics. So, whenever we are in doubt regarding a thought about ourselves or a question about ourselves, what we can do best is, just question ourselves that if someone who knew us, suppose our friends or family, would they also think the same about us? Would they also be, thinking the same thing? If I ask them, am I so and so? So would they also say the same thing? So that gives us insight into ourselves that no, it is only us. It is only we who think in a negative way about ourselves or about any situation. And lastly, I would say that find a reason to be thankful every day, be it very small, a small reason, as if such small that you're getting food on a plate. So be thankful about that. So that reduces stress to a larger amount and helps you think in a positive direction.